Morning, good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. How about that day yesterday? How about that day? So we had puts, and then we bought the 30, 40, 30s right away at 6. Sold them at 11, they went to 50. Jesus. But we loaded Tesla, that ripped forward. So we have tons of Netflix. We made a mistake. Very rarely you make a mistake like that makes you buy. I mean, I had 100 contracts. I went to sell them, and I actually bought an extra 100, and I didn't realize it for like 15 minutes. So then they're up to 350. So I sold the first one, so I ended up making, $2.50 on the first ones, and then the next ones ripped all the way up and sold those, so made another $2 on those. So, but that doesn't happen often. But interesting. Oh well. Today, chips. If this is real, and the PCE comes in lower, way lower, then the dollar is going to test 105. And if the dollar tests 105 and breaks, we have day two. And 40.30 comes, 40.30. Think about these. 4100s we bought at 105. I mean, at 130 yesterday. We sold them. They're already 850. They may go to $30 too. And those ones, the 40.30s, which we bought that were for today, they can go to 100 if that happens from 6. Okay? Snow, not so good. I don't know what the hell the CEO is doing. You know, Kramer's got a man crush on this guy. I don't know what the hell his problem is. But they reported bullshit numbers. Okay, what's bullshit numbers? This is what bullshit numbers are. If you can give your revenue or you can give your product revenue. I don't really care what you give, what you report. But you got to report and guide to the same one. You can't announce complete revenue, which is probably what you have to do, 557, and then guide for just product revenue. That doesn't make any sense. Who's going to go in there and say, well, I don't know if this is good. Let me go look at the numbers for a half hour and then we'll decide if it's good or bad. It doesn't work that way. And so he's just a moron. He's a moron. He doesn't give a shit about the stock. That's it. Okay? That being said, it was at 126. Now it's 136. It's better. If so, money from Snow and money from CRM should pop to now. If you want to be in the same industry, you're probably going to go by now, in theory. Tesla's at 196. It's trying to break up. If it goes 200, 200's hard. 203 comes and 209 could go. Wow. And if you don't get a sell the event news, 216, 232, and it finally moves up. Deer, just nonstop. Every time it goes down, it goes right back up. Nice play. But all the techs look better today. Let's see. Amazon not up a lot. Baba lower, but Baidu's not. Okay? These SPX 40/40s. If you need a hedge into the number today, they're $4, the 40/40s. I mean, let me tell you, it's going to be at 4,000. If we come in at 5.4, 5.5, it's going to be, it's immediately going to go, those will go to $40 from 4. Okay? It's a hedge if you want it. Haven't done it yet. But we may do it 5 minutes before. Let's see. I actually think he knows the number. He wouldn't have said that if he didn't know the number, right? And then yesterday, remember, I kept telling you, nobody is scared. He's not scared. The market's not scared. So the last 3 times the market hasn't been scared, it moved 100 plus points up, right? Interesting. Those 40/20s were 90 cents. There were 70 points up, but they were 90 cents. They went to $60. $60 from 90 cents. Wow. $1,000 went to 60K. Interesting. In theory, Netflix, the news is good. He finally gave us the news. He said we should have done, he said it in a different way. He didn't tell us this was good or bad. We should have done this years ago. That means he's getting his money, and he's guiding his customers, and he's making his money. So that means if this takes out 309, it probably gets to 322 pretty fast. And it should, in theory, once again, in theory, open up at 311. Let's see. Interesting, right? So chips went nuts, Lam Research went nuts, Apple went nuts, Microsoft flew. That's what we know. So let's see what happens today. Zscaler earnings after the close probably going to be bad. May or may not hold these, get closer to the money. I think it goes lower, but it's already moved a lot. So let's see. Don't know. If the market rips higher, then nothing's going lower, because then you're going to get a true rally, and everybody's going to buy all the stuff that's down. But that's good, because if they do that, Tesla goes to 232. Jesus. Next week. Interesting, right? And in a monster move, there goes deer. So then we see. But it's really interesting. The 4130s are 230. Does this go to 4150 today? It very well might. You could actually do both sides. Very interesting play there. Then we see. Okay, so it's going to be a big move again. Okay, so let's get started here. Okay. Good morning, everybody. 12/1, new month. How about that? 11 billion to buy at the close, market at close. Rip 20 points, just like that. Interesting, right? Fun times. Okay, SPX 4100 round number, 4121, 4152. Downside 4050, 4020, 3981. Big number. Okay, interesting. I'm intrigued because 50 up are 2 and 40 down are 4. Interesting. May look at getting both sides just to see, and and playing both sides, see what happens, because you may get a day 2. I think he knows the number. He's not going to come out and say that and then not know the number and go the other way. So I would think he knows the number. Okay. Avago, huge move, 551, 559, underneath 531 now. CRM, 156, 159, underneath 141. NVIDIA, 171, 176, underneath 161. Goldman Sachs, 387, 391, under 381. BABA, 90. If China completely opens up tonight, and don't know if it happens, then it has a chance to get to 95, 98. Okay? Baidu, holding strong, 108, 111, underneath 100. Apple, 148, 151, underneath 143. LRCX, 481, 492. This one, if the PCE is good, this may go to 500 today. Okay, underneath 461. Microsoft, 256. Never broke this. 238. 256, 261, underneath 250 now. Snowman getting a little bit better. Does it get positive and get to 151, 151, 162, underneath 126? How about that 126? Went right there yesterday, sat there for a few minutes, and then came up. Okay? Interesting. Hold on. Okay. Netflix. 308, 311, anything through 311 can really fly. Pan W, 173, 179, but if Zscaler misses, this goes back to 165. CrowdStrike, 110 is very interesting. I actually like the 115 puts. If Zscaler misses, this is going to go back to 110. If you can get the 115s on CrowdStrike at under $1, it becomes an interesting play into tomorrow. NOW, 416, 422. PC is good. If this can break 426, 432, and this can really go a long way. Money from snow into that. MDB, a little bit better, 172, 191. Tesla, 196 right here. 200, 203, 209, 216, 222, 231, 232. Deere, 444. Look at that, exactly right on the ass. 444, 448. Amazon, 99, 103. They're looking to lay off another 10,000 people, more than that. Google back to 100, 103. Interesting. Moderna didn't do nothing, no news, 177. Enphase trying to break up. 326 will be a monster breakup. First Solar running, we got this at 95. This all the way to 173. Just solar's in play. We told you that. And just remember, Elon says they're going to put the Neuralink in a human's brain. And think about it. If they do that, and somebody that grew up blind, that was born blind, that can never see, if they can see, how that changes the world. Very interesting. Keep an eye on that. All about the PCE. You can hedge both ways if you like. Have a great trading day. See you in chat.